Hello and welcome to Mr. Magpie's Harmless card game. Who is Mr. Magpie? That guy. Is he harmless? No, he's not. But his card game sure ain't either. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a good day. And thank you for spending it with me. So I've already recorded about half an hour of this, and the recording didn't work. So I'm just going to do it all over again. And re-explain everything as well. So why not? I like this game and it's fun. So this card game, you're basically trying to earn enough money to buy your way out. So you can see at the bottom here, it tells you what the cards are, even if they're flipped over. So there are 3 hint cards, 3 multipliers, 2 reactivators, 7 monies, and 4 enemies. And you don't know where those cards are, so you just flip them over and hope for the best. These perks up here, there are what basically are going to help you with your gameplay. This perk here, the pillar, is what you automatically start with, and it will give you extra money every time you complete a column if you flip it over properly. So we're just gonna hop right into it, and I'll play until I die, basically. And hopefully that won't come very quickly. So every time I make a move, a minute goes up, and I have until midnight. That's 2400 for anyone who wonders. So these are hint cards. So when it says there are 0 enemies adjacent to this card, it means that I can flip these 2 over without worrying. This one tells me there's 1 enemy in this row. I have 2 shields here, and those regenerate every round. My hearts do not. So I have 2 kind of freebies I can use with these enemies. So I can flip this over, and now I know there's 1 here. This one says there's 1 enemy adjacent here, so I know where 2 of them are. So I'm just going to flip until I find that 3rd one. There it is. And we're going to stop there. So you can buy perks in here, and the one that I always look for, and the one that's perfect, is called Hint Master, and it flips over all the hints at the start of the game, and that's really helpful. So hopefully I can find it quickly. Basement Money is nice, it just flips a low money card. Hint Master, there we go. Ah, I got lucky with that, that's awesome. We're gonna get back into it. Okay, so 0 enemies in the corner, so I can flip this. 2 enemies adjacent, so there's 2 of these 3 cards are enemies, so I won't touch any of those. And there are 2 enemies in this row, one of which could be this. Which means that there are 2 enemies in these 2 rows here, and because this is more cards, I'm going to flip this instead. So we know that is 2 right there, and there's 1. And there's the other, so we know that all 4 of these cards are enemies, so I can flip over the rest of these without having to worry. Very fun. Let's see. Close Call is nice. Flips over 1 card at the beginning of a round that is next to an enemy. And the vending machine is just fun. I'll show you what it does. If you sell it during the match, it'll flip over a multiplier, a money, and a hint, but I already have all the hints flipped. So no enemies adjacent here, 2 enemies in the corners, 3 enemies in this row. Whoa. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's all of those. Which means this should be fine. Sweet, I'll be able to flip everything over today. Or this round. Done. Quick round, very nice. Nothing very good in here. We'll hop into the next one. So as the trials continue, they have better and better things as part of them. So this one has 4 multipliers. There's 2, one's already flipped. There's 2 global reactivators, and that reactivates every card that's face up. Very helpful. The eyes you can get to do things. They're useless on their own, but with the perks you can have them reactivate cards, stuff like that. It's very nice. There's 6 monies, and those are nice monies, big monies, good monies. And of course your 4 enemies. There's 1 enemy in this column, 0 enemies in this one. We'll flip that over. 1 enemy in the corner. So 1 here, 1 here. Let's flip over the rest and see if we can find the others. There's the other 2. And I'll flip those just for fun. Good. Not too bad. 182. So the gray perks are common perks. The blue perks are uncommon, and then there are gold cards that are rare. Doesn't look like we're getting much good stuff, but we'll continue on anyway. 0 enemies in the corner, because there's an eye there. 1 enemy adjacent, 1 enemy in this row. We'll find that enemy. There it is. 1 enemy adjacent. Ouch. We're gonna stop there. No use in gambling our lives away. Man, we're really not getting very good perks in here. That's unfortunate. Whatever. Okay, 1 enemy in this column, 0 enemies adjacent here, so all we know is that there's 1 here. We don't know where any others are, which is unfortunate. There's 1. And there's the other. Ouch. That's bad luck. Money sweep? After flipping all money cards, you activate them. Yeah, that's okay. I can go with that. 1 enemy adjacent to this card, 2 enemies in this row, 2 enemies in the corner. So that's there and there, so there's none here. 1 enemy adjacent here, which means we have 1 that we don't know where it is. Which I will find it, I'm sure. There it is. And I have 1 shield left, so I guess I can... Nice! We're done! We flipped over everything. Super Broker is helpful, so that help gets your multiplier up, which is always good. Okay, so 1 enemy here, but 0 enemies adjacent, so that means there's 1 enemy here, we have no idea where the others are. There's 1. There's the other. We'll end it right there. I want to play safe for now. Money into multiplier. When an eye opens, gain +1 multiplier for every $50 you have. That one's okay, but right now I won't have $50. And by the time I do, it'll probably be near the end of the round, and those multipliers won't help me anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot I had close call there. I guess that would be the close call then. 2 enemies adjacent, 1 enemy here, which is probably shared, 1 enemy adjacent here, but 0 enemies here. There's 1 here, few here. We're just gonna... There's the other one. Yeah. Really wish I could get those last money cards so I can reactivate all of them again. I'm not gonna try. Ow. When you flip up the last card in a group of 2+, reactivate them. Sure, man. Let's do that. Why not? Need some good golds in there. I'm running out of time. And this round is just terrible. I'm not getting any of the reactivation perks that I need. 1 enemy adjacent. So there's 1 enemy here. That's all the information we have. Man, this round sucks. There's 1. Ow. Ow. Great. Oh, well, we're halfway there, I guess. We're just gonna go straight into it again. If I can make that much again, then I'll be good. That's not very helpful. 0 enemies in this column and 0 enemies adjacent. 1 enemy in this row. There it is. Ow, there's another. I'm running out of time. When an eye opens, upgrade adjacent cards. That is more helpful. That means that if there's a money card beside it, it will upgrade it to more money. If there's multiplier beside it, it will upgrade it again. Ow. Great. 1 enemy in this column, 1 enemy adjacent, 1 enemy in the corner. It's probably all the same. Nice, that was helpful. That tickling sound is making me nervous. Ow. What? Did I read that wrong? Probably read it wrong. I don't think I'm gonna make it past Monday in this one. Oh. That one's helpful. Let's go. Please make enough money. I want to get to Tuesday. I don't want to have this video be 5 minutes long. Great. 1 enemy adjacent. Ow. Ow, really? I feel like I'm gonna have to take a gamble on this one. I have to. I only have $6 and I won't have enough time to do another round. Okay, so there's 2 enemies here and 1 enemy here. I have to find that other one. That was more helpful, I guess. I don't have anything that will reactivate any of this. I gotta find more money cards. Ouch. Let's get it. Yes, yes! With 6 minutes to spare. Huh. We've bought our exits. That was a scary Monday. So now that we've finished the 1 round, they're gonna put rules on us to make it more difficult on the next round. See you tomorrow. So there's an increased reroll cost. That means that when I reroll in the perks menu, it will cost more. But I think it's only double, which is fine. Once you get hit with an increased exit cost, that's usually where my runs end. Oh, sweet. Ow. 1 enemy in the corner. Let's find it. Oh, it's there. 2 enemies in this row. There it is. Nice. $13. Not bad for the first round. When you flip an enemy, flip a random money card. That one's helpful. And I don't see my lovely hits card. Ow. Ow. That's rude. That was bad luck. Oh well. 1 enemy in that row? Where is it? There it is. 0 enemies adjacent. Sweet. There it is. Cool. Once you play this a few times, it gets pretty quick. Another close call. Nice. Really? You're not gonna give me a hint? That's okay. Okay, so those are both beside one enemy. So that's an enemy. So we know where 2 of them are now. 0 enemies adjacent. Sweet. 0 enemies adjacent. Okay. There's another, and there's the other. Sweet. Well, that's not too bad. $92 ain't bad in this part of the game. Hint Master, there it is. There's my beautiful son. I'm going to sell Pillar just so I can get into the next trial to get more money. Okay, so these are both... Okay, so these are adjacent to 1 card. That's probably shared. There's 2 enemies in this row, which is probably this, but I won't count on that. 1 enemy adjacent to this card and 0 enemies in the corner. So that is an enemy right there. 1 enemy here, 1 enemy here, 2 enemies here. There's another one. Ouch. There we go. I wish I could find that global reactivator, but I'm not gonna risk that right now. Early bird is helpful, because I've got all these early cards flipped. That gets my multiplier up to 6, which is really helpful. That's one of the good cards. One of the good perks that I always look for. 0 enemies in this column, 0 enemies adjacent. Let's get it. 1 enemy in this column. And I don't remember what flipped at the beginning. I think this one and maybe this one flipped early. I'll avoid them. Ow. Ow. I did not avoid them. That's fine. We'll end it there. Let's go into the next trial. This one is good because it's got those global reactivators. You really need them. 1 enemy in the corner, 0 enemies adjacent. 3 enemies in this row. My goodness. I'm just going to avoid that row then. Sweet, so that's 1. I guess I can try. Yeah, no. There's only multipliers left anyway, it's not gonna help me. Ooh, excavation's okay, but that is not great. Money tree's good. Money tree's okay. That one's helpful. Every time that you finish a column, it flips a random money card. So that's beside 1 and that's beside 1. So we know 1, 2 is 1 enemy adjacent to this card. So 1, 2, 3, and 2 enemies in this row. Sweet. Oh, that's stupid. Whatever. Did I count wrong? I must have counted wrong. That's stupid of me. Whatever. .360 feedback is pretty good if you can get them reactivated. Which I don't think I have any reactivation cards right now, and I'm doing pretty well anyway. Okay. This is adjacent to 1, and this is adjacent to 1. That could be the shared one. One enemy adjacent could be here or here. I'm just going to steer clear of both. Nice. Nice. Nice! Can I find the other one? Ouch. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Never mind. Sweet! And we bought our way out with more than enough time to spare. That's awesome. Start with a loan, that's fine. Loans are fine, because once you're making like hundreds of dollars each time, it doesn't really matter. So that loan starts at -50, and every time you start a round, it goes down more by 5. Well, that wasn't helpful. I got $1. Good. 1 enemy adjacent. Great. 0 enemies adjacent. Ouch. Ouch. Wow, really? Both in one row? Let's just keep going, I guess. I love Lazy Eye. I wish I had the money to get it. Wow. My luck is terrible. Never mind, I'm doing great. Ow. Hint, master, my love. Beautiful. So helpful. Like, I would not be able to win this game ever if I didn't have the hints immediately. How you use your brain. 1 enemy in this row, 2 enemies in this row, 1 enemy in the corner. So it's 1 and 1. Let's start with those rows. It's right there. Never mind. Ouch. Sweet. 2 enemies in that row. Let's see if I can find them. I got 1 money card left. Amazing. My luck is so good. Money tree. Helpful. Let's go to it. Shall we? 1 enemy adjacent, 1 enemy in this row, 1 enemy adjacent. That's not helpful. Well, I guess... Oh, there's the enemy. So that's an enemy, there's an enemy there. So there's 1 I don't know about. There's the 1. Should I risk it? I'm not gonna risk it. I used up my shields. Oh, I want that. Gimme. So that one, every time you finish a column, it reactivates, which is super helpful. 0 enemies in the corners, 1 enemy adjacent. So that's an enemy. There's an enemy. Sweet. Great. That was good luck. I was just flipping cards at random. Golden turd again. I guess I should have it be flipping some more stuff over. Okay. There's an enemy right there. 1 enemy in this row, 2 enemies in the corner, so that's the 1 enemy in that row. Nice, we got 1, 2. Beautiful. Done. Ooh, should I have it reactivate twice? Yes, we shall. That's helpful. A global reactivator. Ouch. One enemy adjacent, one enemy here. I don't know where the others are. There it is. Nice, not bad. Not bad for an okay start. 0 enemies in the corner. Sweet. One enemy in this row, one enemy adjacent. There's one here and one here. There's a few we don't know about. Ouch. Nice. That's not worth it. I won't do it. Not yet. We'll go straight back into it. Prismatic pillar will... It will be there for me. I know it will. I need to get rid of this loan. 0 enemies in this column. Great. 0 enemies adjacent. 0 enemies in this column. It's not very helpful, but... There's one. There's the other. Ouch. That was not a good round. Sure, let's get the multipliers up more. So that one just flips the bottommost multiplier card on here. Which is helpful because I need that multiplier up a little bit. That's why I'm not making very much money. Oh, I'm on the clock now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know where any of the other stuff is. That's helpful. That's even more helpful. Okay, there's nothing more I can do on that round. And that's enough to buy my way out. It really is just one good round that you need. Banned perks. Oh, I like Lazy Eye. It reactivates stuff. That's fine. Holy Floor I also like. But whatever. Since you finished early, you get a promotion. Extra life or extra perk slot. Oh, give me that perk slot. Give me that sweet, sweet perks. Love the perks. That's what will save you in a game. Alright, oh, and I started with the loan again. Alright. Nice. Ouch. One enemy in that column. There it is. Ouch. $20 isn't bad for the first one. Oh, I like Prismatic Pillar. I can never afford it right now. Okay, that's fine. Sell that vending machine. Give me those stuff. 0 enemies in this column. Good. 0 enemies adjacent. Good. Ouch. 2 enemies in the corners. That's an enemy. That's an enemy. There's one more I don't know. I can finish this board. That's awesome. $70. Yay. Okay. That's fine. I'll just go in blind on these few ones. 0 enemies adjacent. Sweet. Click on it. Ouch. Without those hints, man, there's not much you can do. Get vending machine again. Broker's nice. I'll sell pillar and get broker instead. Get that multiplier up. 1 enemy in the corner of the board. Okay, I'll avoid those. There's 1 enemy, so in that column. Here's the other. Get a vending machine again. Prismatic pillar. I can't afford it. Sucks when they give you the rare perks first, because you cannot afford them no matter what. Ow. Oh, let me sell stop it. Let me sell vending machine. It's not crazy. 1, 2, 3. Should I risk it? I'm not gonna risk it. Not now. I'll get close call. I'll flip one over that's adjacent to exactly one enemy. There's an enemy here. But man, I need that Looking for hints, one. One enemy in this column. Sweet, so that's fine. So there's one enemy in the corners. Probably that one. There. Nice! Completed a board. That's good. Darn. Nothing. Okay, we'll start in the next one. One enemy in this row, and it's adjacent. Okay. We'll just go around that then. One enemy? Oh, sweet. Oh, I'm glad I flipped that over again. That's not too bad. $222. Dance Master! Finally! Oh, finally. Thank goodness. And I get it twice in a row. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? I should get rid of this loan now. Whoops. I broke it. 0 enemies in this column, 1 enemy in this row, 0 enemies in the corner. Cool. I'll find it. Ouch. Just one global reactivator left, but I don't want to risk that. I need a good perk soon. I'm running out of time. Okay, I'm losing all my money here. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of time just because my perks weren't good. 1 enemy in the corner, 1 enemy adjacent, 3 in this row. My goodness, we'll avoid that. Oh, it's this one. Oh, there it is. That one's fine. I misclicked. I apologize. I'm not gonna go for it. I have enough time. I hope. It's not a great card, but I'll get that instead of nothing. I have vending machine. Why haven't I been using it? 2 enemies in this row. Oh my goodness, it's glitching out. 0 enemies adjacent. Let's do that. 2 enemies in this row, which means there's 2 just randomly hiding. There's 1. There's 2. I should have flipped that. Whatever. I'm so close. Oh wait, hold on. Ready? Watch this. Ba-doop. Done. You can sell your perks. Forgot about that. And the increased exit cost, which I am going to guess that I'm not going to get past. Because you'd think it'd be like, oh, $5 exit cost, or even a double of the exit cost. No, it's not. It's now $9,000, which is just absolutely insane. And I flipped the first card, and it's an enemy. We're doing great on this round. Oh, I thought it said 0 enemies in the corner for some reason. That's on me, and reading comprehension. Spinning machine again. But no hint master. That's okay. 1 enemy here. 0 enemies in this column. Let's just flip stuff. There it is. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Hit master, and we'll get close call while we're at it. Let's put it there. Okay. Okay, so this is adjacent to an enemy. This is an enemy. Okay, so this is not. There's an enemy here, here. I was stupid in clicking that, but whatever. Ow. That was silly. I could have made more with that. We'll get another vending machine and go into the next one. So there's 1 enemy here, 1 enemy in this row, and 1 enemy in the corners. So 1, 1. This enemy can't be the corner enemy, so we know where 3 of them are. That's helpful, isn't it? There's the one we didn't know about. Okay. There's 1 here, 1 here. Ouch, there it is. Sweet. That's not too bad. $99. Early bird. Love that one. Get me that multipliers. 0 enemies adjacent, 1 enemy in this row, 1 enemy in the corner. Let's find that. Okay, so there's one here. That's all I know about. There's the one I didn't know about. Oops. Anything good? Not really. Let's head into the 100 milligram one. I think it's a drug euphemism, but I don't know enough about that to make that judgment call. Okay, so that's adjacent to 1. No enemies there. There are enemies in the corner. So there's one here. That's the only one I know about. That's not very helpful. There's one of them. There's the other one. Not too bad. Those global reactivators are very helpful. Oh yeah, do I still have a loan? I do. Can I get 2 early birds? Yes, that's gonna help me a lot. I'll get 12. I mean 9 multiplier. For some reason. Oh, let me get vending machine too. Yeah. 1 enemy here, 1 enemy here, 1 enemy here. Let's get this one. It's huge. Nice. And it's still a global reactivator hiding somewhere. But I don't know enough about the enemies to change that. I love that you can buy a loan. I'll have 3 early birds. Really getting that multiplier up. 0 enemies here. Oh, there's the global reactivator. 1 enemy here, 0 enemies in this column. Let's do it. There it is. Woo! Another global reactivator. I wish those came at the end, but whatever. Ow. I'm gonna need some better... Money tree's better. And floor is okay. I'm gonna need something way better to get through that $9,000 exit cost, otherwise this is gonna be an end of the run. So that's adjacent to an enemy. 1 enemy in this row, 2 enemies in this row, 1 in this one. I'd like to reactivate this one if I can, because it's got... That must be an enemy. It is. Okay. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Because that's a global react. There's 2 global reactivators in that row. Let's go for it. Boom. But that's still not enough. Normally it'd be enough, but it's not. Prismatic pillar. I love that one. Let's get it. That one reactivates every pillar I do. Which is helpful. 0 enemies adjacent. Doesn't actually tell me very much about the... Never mind, that's an open row. Love it. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. Man, I need one of those global reactivators. There's nothing else I have that will tell me where the other enemies are. It's unfortunate. Okay, nothing good. I need more rare ones, otherwise I'm not going to do very well. 3 enemies in this row, and 1 enemy adjacent, which is probably going to be here. Which means that one of these rows does not have any enemies in it. Sweet, there's a global reactivator in this one. I'm going to leave this row as is. Never mind, I'm not going to leave that row as is, it's going to flip anyway. Okay, ready? Watch this. Oh, so that's an enemy there. But there's nothing else I have, so tell me otherwise. Heh, nice. 2,001. But it's still not enough. I'm halfway there. Almost. And I'm not getting any good perks. Alrighty. 0 enemies in this column. Super helpful. 1 enemy in this column. And 1 enemy in the corner. So we know where 2 of them are. We don't know where the others are. We know where one of them for sure is now. There's one of them. Man, I hope the enemy is in this one. Cool. Nice. I know where 3 of them are. Do I gamble it? But for what? For this? I can't reactivate the global ones. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, it wasn't enough. Only 2,000. Man, I wish I had 2 prismatic fillers. So I'm not getting anything. Okay, you know what? Let's go back in. Maybe we can make another $4,000 in this run. It's gonna have to be this run. Otherwise, I'm gonna die. 1 enemy here, 0 enemies here and here. 1 enemy in this row. That doesn't help me. Okay, so that's an enemy. And there's 1 enemy here. I don't know where the others are. There's one of them. Can I reactivate it? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Actually, with no consequences. That's good. Darn it. Ready? Here we go. What do you mean? Oh, I'm an idiot. That's what I mean. Ah. It's such a gamble. If I hit that reactivator, I'm good. And if I hit that enemy, I'm dead. I'll stop, but it's gonna be my end goal. Yeah, there's nothing to help me here. These are all really bad ones. Alright, let's see what happens when you run out of time, I guess. 1 enemy here, 2 enemies in this column. Yeah. Time's up! I didn't make $9,000 enough. I've only ever beaten that once. So that is Mr. Magpie's Harmless card game, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will play this again, and I'll keep playing until I finish it on camera, hopefully. Um, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and feel free to watch some of my other videos. Goodbye!